Hey, hello, hello, hello. Just randomly going live. Yeah. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome. This is I was just about to go to bed. It's well past my bedtime. However, I've been playing around with this setup, so let's have a look what we got in front of me. So yeah, looking at the Behringer Neutron again. In front of it is a little Korg SQ1, which is a sequencer. But what I kind of want to show in a way more is this other sequencer, which is called the which is called the EF303. Okay. And this thing is an effects processor. I'm not using it as an effect at the moment. I'm just using it as a MIDI sequencer. So if I press start on the SQ1, let's just do that. So just moving this camera around a little bit. Okay. So just manipulating the faders in real time. Oops. I'm just getting set up really again, just so. Okay. So what you might have noticed is it's all sounding quite musical no matter where I move these sliders. And this is pretty cool with the EF303 because you got some quite decent sequencer features. When this thing came out, it came out I think in the late 90s, aimed as a DJ effect. Right, I'm going to show you some things now. I'm going to go in here with a shift button. I'm going to go into my system settings here, and now I can pan across, and I've got some hieroglyphs going on here. And if I pan across these options here, we can see key. So now I can change the key. D flat, D, E flat, E. But also I can change the scale as well. And these scales are kind of, well, that is major. Spanish, I'm guessing. Oh gosh, I've never heard of this one. Let's just get into safe ground. Minor. Okay. So I've got it in a minor going on here. So no matter where what key did I put it in? I just remember what key I put it in. E. So in E minor. Okay. So now I can play with what this sequencer setup is. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go into end step. And I'm just going to set 4 steps just for now. And I'm going to change that to, with a direction, I'm going to make it run back and forward. Okay. I discovered this quite cool little feature. Oh, hi guys. John, Trev, anyone else watching? Pop in and say hi. I can see the stream now. I can see the chat. Okay. So just by constantly manipulating these faders, sort of randomly, knowing that they're always going to be kind of in key. Let's go a little bit faster. Tempo being controlled by the SQ1. That's nice. So you can find some nice patterns. Now here's a cool groovy thing. Okay, in the system settings, we can choose what the maximum and what the minimum range are within. So if I adjust them, it adjusts it in real time. We can make the melody change. So you can hear it just by changing the range. Yeah. It's super late here. I've been working all day and I just thought, well, I've got all this stuff set up, so I may as well run a little video off here. I'm extending the height of it now. So it's quite sweet for making melodies. So I'm just changing the top. And then I could change the key, of course. F. G. So, and then so let's see what happens if we change the range of this one now. So you can really feel. It's a really interesting way of being able to manipulate a melody. So I guess now with my right hand I can delve into the neutron now. I'll just keep varying the melody. Yeah, it's 4:30 in the morning here. What am I doing up? So I guess going to bring a little SQ1 into play in a moment. Get that sequencing some other parameters. Let's have a look. So this is going to be CV out, channel 1. So I'll run this sequence as 2 separate sequences. Oops. Right, let's have a look. What shall I plug this into? What shall I plug? The choices, the choices. Let's put it into pulse width 1. Let's gonna go over to oscillator 1 so we can just exaggerate this a little bit. I'll try and keep the melody always changing as much as I can with my left hand. This delay is so dirty, you know, on the Neutron. So this top sequence then running on the SQ1, coming out into the pulse width. Ooh, what's going on now? We're taking it down, murky. Let's drop down, listen. Dropped out the live stream, so this is back. I hope you can find it again. Yeah, bringing the overdrive in, so I have to watch the volume now. Also got like a dirty didgeridoo thing going on. Yeah. Let's change the key now. to the drive now, so it's going to get really dirty. Whoa. Sorry, I lost a bit of the musicality here now. So I'm bringing all the faders down on here now. Right, let's get back. Any thoughts on the Roland TRS-8? Yes. They're new announced today, the new Roland drum machine, the TR-8S. Yeah, fantastic. What a groovy drum machine that is. Very cool indeed. Yeah, I think it looks brilliant. I like the TR-8. I thought it was much maligned, but this is much better. This kind of fixes everything. Yeah, it's deep. You can do some very cool things with this new one. Quite a lot of effects per channel, and you can bring your own samples in as well. Hope you're enjoying these switches, these camera switches. Okay, I'm getting a bit bored of this sequence, so let's right, I'm going to extend the sequence, so it's only running 4 beats now. I'm going to make it a bit longer. Let's make it 7. Let's make it go do a few little odd things now. So step time, sorry, end step rather, to 7. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. Back and forward in a 7. Hey guys, can you just say hello in the chat room in a minute? I just want to see if my chat room I'm looking at is actually updating or not. That'd be helpful. I'm gonna clean the sound up a minute. Let's make it sound really sweet and pure. Okay, thanks. Yes. Okay, cool. All right. And there's a few of you out there. That's nice. Yeah, this is a stupid... I'm really way past my bedtime. Nice to be here, though. Nice to see some faces there. Okay. So main point of this video I'm doing really is more to do with the 303 really, and just manipulating melodies in real life. So the question here, hello, does the EF 303 send just MIDI or MIDI and CV? No, the EF 303's got no CV, it's just MIDI. But I have got the SQ1 plugged in, which I've got, there's CV out A and CV out B, both with gates out as well. So you can run that as 2 separate sequences. So what I'll do is I'll turn the 303 off, and I'll just set this SQ1 now to sequence with, let's just put that into oscillator 1 and 2, and I'll put this into gate, envelope gate 1. Okay, we're now listening to this sequence. Just the top sequence. So the bottom sequence, we could get it doing something else as well. Let's just make the sound a bit more interesting. Yeah, it's going to try and modulate that, so the shape is just modulating a little bit like this. So I'll need to use attenuators, so I'm going to come... Alright, I'm going to send LFO out into attenuator in 1, and then out of attenuator 1 into oscillator 1 shape. Okay, so now when I turn up the attenuator, I can send, let's put the LFO going really fast. Oh, yeah, with a square wave, really obvious LFO. And hopefully you can see here. Oops. Oh, maybe not. It's perhaps more on this one actually, just in the corner here. And we can see the LFO shape. So pulling the attenuator down, and I'm going to make that smooth now. Okay, so change a few of the notes around on the SQ1. So the SQ1 is kind of, it's frustrating in that it can only really do, the scales only work in, without any, it's just the key is C minor. I could make these linear, I could make them chromatic, or I'm using them in this kind of scale lock, but whereas the 303 lets you sort of choose any scale in any key. Okay, but now I'm going to press play on the 303, so we could have two sequences going on at the same time. It's going to probably sound quite chaotic, but let's have a go. So it's just getting into mayhem there. Right. Hello everybody who's in the chat room. Oh, we've got 35 people watching. That's pretty cool. I'm going to stop this for a moment just to catch up with some of the notes, the messages. Yeah, wow, it's late. I'm going to stay on for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm probably going to go to bed. Let me just... yeah, so thank you, everybody. I'm just getting more into doing these kind of YouTube live videos. So it's, I'm trying to do it so I can get enough kind of decent angles in to make it interesting. So if we're looking at a piece of equipment, we can actually kind of see a few things in context. So like here, as I say, I've got the two sequences going on. Well, I got two, yeah, this is both of them. Let's just stop that for a moment though. Now, rolling back a little bit, I think the stuff when I was just manipulating the melody of the EF303 by just restricting the range, for me, makes it so much more more musically interesting. Let's get that back up again, just for the sake of if anybody's only just joining now. If I run a sequence, right, I'm going to just take this one out for a moment. Okay. If I run a sequence and it's coming from the 303. The EF303, I should say. Just trying to find a nice pattern here. That's got a nice sort of melodic aspect to it. So when I go into this setting here, I'm changing the range, how much the sliders, how low the notes go and how high the notes go. So let's just, so I'm reducing the range now. So the high, 86, I mean these numbers, 86 being the highest MIDI note and 50 being the lowest now. So if I just do like a kind of a climb, obviously the sequence flowing backwards and forwards, we can change that. We can have it going. So this is alternate 1, where it's kind of flowing back and forward. If it goes to alternate 2, it'll play the end note again. See if I can play two notes. Okay. And also, obviously, you can make it run forward, or you can make it run in reverse. So let's have it just running forward for a moment. Oh, this will be quite fun when we start moving the notes around. So let's just go in there. Feels like Bach. Well, right. Okay, I'm going to be coming offline pretty soon. With the 303 sequencer, you can do lots of things as well. You can change. What's nice is these faders, you can use them to help program it. So if I change the mode now, so these faders are going to be the gate length, so gate time. So at the moment they represent the melody, but if I say want short notes here, I'll have to pull this back on here. Now I'm going to come back out of this into the melody mode again, come back into this thing where we're changing the melody range. Just put a little bit more variation into the gate lengths. Also, you can change whether the notes are normal, tied, rest, or off. So if I take out, let's take out a few notes. Yeah, it's pretty funky. Again, I'm controlling the speed. Off the SQ1. Okay, let's do that melody thing now. It's when it's super fast. It'll be quite fun. The upper part. I'm gonna add more notes now. Let's have 11. Ooh, 11. Yes. So I'm going to go here, shift, and I'm going to go to end step, whack that up to 11. I quite liked it running backward and forward, so I'm going to go back to that one now. Let's slow it back down again. The EF303, is it the same vintage as the SH32? Yeah, I think it is. You know, I've got some other Roland things with these big chunky buttons on. I'll show you something quite funny with this. You can actually do this as well, where if you go into this mode, you can turn it into a little MIDI keyboard. So just like shift and the synth the effect Q button here, shift and that. And now we've got a little keyboard. You can change the octave. Not the greatest keyboard, but you know, kind of useful to be able to have it though. Let's get back out of that though. Interesting little box. This it is a it is an effect unit as well as a sequencer. So I'm not using the effects at the moment. I'm just using it as a sequencer with a MIDI. And I think, because I paid about 150 quid for this fairly recently, and you can find them for around that price, I guess. But I think as a sequencer, as a MIDI sequencer, it's really well worth it for that price, for what you can get them for. The effects are quite dated, but they are kind of pretty cool as well. You can do some neat stuff with it. I'm going to do some more filming with the 303 with effects, because I quite like it with my Vermona DRM1, which is an analog drum machine. Kind of because of just some of the digitalness of it. I mean, some of the effects like the delay and stuff are just not up to what you'd expect them to be these days, but it's kind of cool though. It is cool. My biggest gripe with it though is that the audio connections are on phonos only, phonos in and phonos out, which is definitely partly this heritage of this, where it was being marketed as a DJ tool, really. But I think it's got a great place amongst synthesizers, and that's kind of what I wanted to do tonight, really. Sort of show it really. The SQ1, which I've got here, this thing is a cool little sequencer, but I want to try and get a little bit better ideas of the two sequencers running together. I was maybe going to do a bit of that tonight, but I think the 303 and that little mode, that was pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and joining in, and for comments. Yeah, cool. Hope this went reasonably smoothly with stuff. I can get my name up there now, and I can show my graphics like that and my different shots. So that's all progress for me. So yeah, thanks again. And yeah, someone's asking. Sorry, I'm just looking in the questions. So you can sequence the effects. Yes, you can. I'll come back and do another video about that at some point, I hope, in the future. This is just a little bit of something. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna go to bed. It's well late. Good night, everyone.